Hello and welcome to Extra Connections. I'm James Lott Jr. We're just laughing about my age and how I'm just aging even more. I'm here. I'm James Lott Jr., your host. Yes, and I am JLJ of JLJ Media. I'm that too. But I like bringing back returning guests because I like to find out what they're doing, what's going on. And of course, luckily, if they're booked and busy, even better, find out what they're talking about. And this guest was on a while back, and I'm bringing him back because he has a new series coming out. He was in a series that, in a movie that was really big, and we'll see how he's doing. My friend Brett Chapin. How you doing, Brett?
Hey, James, good to see you again.
So
Always a pleasure.
we met during the pandemic. So now that we're kind of out of it or whatever, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm glad to be back to work. It was real rough there for a while with the strikes and the things kind of slowed down for us actors in the pandemic, but things are picking up slowly but surely right now. So it's been nice.
What were so folks? I should just I don't can't assume everybody knows everything. Last year, of course, we had several strikes concurrently going on with the Writers Guild of America and also the SAG-AFTRA, which is the actors. It was 8 to 9 long months of just striking. Was this your first strike as part of the everything?
As part of SAG, yes,
Yeah,
it was.
first strike. What did you learn about yourself during this time period, during that time period? Because it was different than pandemic was one thing, but then the strikes were actually something else.
Yes,
But you still couldn't work. Like you still couldn't get certain jobs. So
right.
how did that? What did you learn about yourself during that time period?
I mean, I was out there some of the time walking the picket lines and being supportive and resiliency. I think something like that, when you're forced to not work or you're not able to work, it really teaches you what you're made of. I had to go out and do some side work and some other jobs and things, just kind of get the bills paid because it wasn't coming in from acting. So it was real tough for a lot of people. I know a few of my friends, were having trouble making their mortgages and you know, it was difficult. But we are out of it now. We have a contract. It's settled, and onto work.
So are you like auditioning a lot? Or are you just like sending things out or feelers? What do you mean? So how's it for you on your end?
Yeah, I've just been self-taping like crazy, sending out a lot of auditions. During the strike, I'm lucky enough to have an agent who sends me on a lot of theater auditions as well. So I continue to do theater auditioning, and right now I'm just sort of looking for work.
Hire him, folks. He's ready.
Hire me, hire
Hire
me.
him. Yeah, he's for hire. He's for hire. He's for hire. For the right job,
Yeah,
right role, right role.
yeah.
Make sure you be specific. Um, so I mean,
But
so
yeah, resiliency, really, to answer your question.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
I know you answered it. That's good. No, that's what I was saying. It's like I think we learned that period the last 4 or 5 years total.
oh
That
yeah,
we do. I mean, there's some folks I really feel bad and they had to move back home or like leave the state. I mean, things like that. It's been tough. But for those of us who are
Mhm.
still here, I give us some clap because we are still here and we can make it through that. You can make it through anything. But that's kind of you know the nature.
Absolutely. And congratulations and big ups to everyone, all the actors out there who just worked so hard and were so patient and perseverant, and let's get back to work, guys.
Yes, and the audience. The audience is ready for you guys. So it's like we're ready.
Absolutely.
We're all ready to do
we,
that.
we had so much support even from the other unions, from the Writers Guild and from ATASI, and
Um,
it it's was really nice to see.
It was nice to see. Period. I noticed that even other unions outside of entertainment, they were going on strike. I mean, there was nurses who were going on strike and garbage folks were going on strike. My friend with school buses there. It's like I think people were saying they're tired of being mistreated for work that that's for important work. I mean, it's kind of like we just want to have our equal and we want fair and balanced. And I thought it was really nice to see people actually standing up. It's not easy to go on strike, folks. It's not easy just to do that and go and
Yeah.
not get paid. Like I mean, that's just it's not a light decision.
And as a matter of fact, right now, all of the ITASI union, so the all the technical and crew people are going through their negotiations with the producers, and SAG and the actors are 100% behind them. But it seems like somebody's always someone's always striking or doing negotiations or
But
something. I just
we're
want,
gonna have, the system has been broken for years, I believe, and so we have to rectify it. I mean, just kind of, it's always been lopsided. We know that, and that's just a common thread. So now
sure.
we're saying, let's make it a little more less lopsided, at least.
Yeah, people are standing up and standing on business right now. It's been nice to see.
I too, because I mean, you are. I mean, let's think about this for a second. Actors, you are a business. That's what, especially actors, like, you're the product.
Yeah, yeah. And if you don't treat your career like a business, if then you're not going to get too far. I mean, you really have to treat it as a business. And our all our businesses shut down for a couple of years there. I mean, there was the pandemic, and then there was some work that came in over the
Right.
next year and a half or so, and then the strike happened. So it's just
It's
yeah, one thing after the other.
it's crazy. I look at the pandemic and I go, wow, that's like a whole other world. Like I look back on it going, because I started this alliteration of myself during the pandemic. I used to be with That's TV. I was part of a company. They shut down, and it was like, and so I've been doing this for 4 years, on my own. So it's like, but that's like, I think back, like that was a long time ago, right? But it wasn't. It was only like 3, 4 years ago.
I know it feels like forever though.
Right.
It
I
does.
know. So weird. It's so weird. Okay, so that's
Yeah.
all work. That's about work. So one of the first projects that came out was Candy Cane Lane, a huge hit starring Eddie Murphy and Tracy Ellis Ross. And folks know on
Yes.
this show, I've interviewed James Dumont, who was also in the film. He's a friend of mine. He was in the film too. So was Brett. So tell us about that experience.
Yeah, that was great. That was a month of work, 5 nights a week, working,
Love it.
right alongside Eddie and right alongside Tracy. Real professional atmosphere, real professional environment. Um, you know, Amazon is real good. Everybody seems to do their thing and know what they're doing. It's kind of works like a well-oiled machine. But they were overnights. Most of the nights were overnights. So it was freezing cold. And sometimes the rain would come down and we'd have to stop for a couple hours and cover everything up. And, they would bring in these little tiny heaters that, well, not tiny, but, compared to the amount of people that they had there, it wasn't warming everybody, but every time they brought those in, they would crowd around those heaters for 5 minutes and try to stay warm. It was a lot of fun though. We had a great experience.
Well, I
Other
want
than
to
the
ask.
cold.
Well, I want to ask you, when you say professional sets, can you
Mhm.
kind of explain to folks what that means? I know what it means, but I know folks be like, what does he mean by that? Like, what do you mean by professional? It was very professional.
Um, on an indie film, when you're working on an indie film or maybe a student film, there's a little bit more of a learning curve. People aren't necessarily coordinated as well as on a set like this. On a set like this, everybody knows their job. They've been doing it for years. Everybody knows what they're doing. Communication is key, and everyone does that really well. There's always snags, there's always little things that happen, but for the most part, it ran very, very smoothly, and we got through the scenes in a good amount of time.
Yeah, folks understand making a TV show, a movie, whatever. It's a bunch of miracles thrown together. I mean,
It really is.
it really is a lot. I mean, I've done, as you guys know, I've acted in TV and movie. It's a lot. I mean, whenever I see a product on screen, you're like, yes, it made it to screen, but there's like a lot of things.
Oh, it's amazing, that you'll work for 30 seconds and say a couple of lines, and then you see it later, and it's this huge, big production, and it doesn't look like the way it looked to you on the day of the shoot.
Right. Right.
Um, you
It
know,
also kind of I want to tell people, you said you worked a month, about 5 days a week. That's not normal also either, folks.
no,
That's a nice gig to have.
no, I mean that's normal for a 9 to 5 job. It's not normal for us actors.
Right.
To have something steady like that, especially where we shot it over at Sony, and so where you're going to be every day, what your job is, where you need to go, you are familiar with the other people there.
Yeah.
That makes a huge difference.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. Yeah. And Sony's over here by my house, folks. So it's down here in Culver City. So that's where Sony is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I pass by it all the time. But no, but so I just want people to know that this is like this is not a a lot of times you don't the locations change in a moment, and you don't know if you may have 3 days on, 2 days off, maybe hired for a week and that's it. Like this is
Right.
a nice steady gig. Do you like some?
Normally I'll work 2 days a week, 3 days a week. Is a good week. 3 days is a good week, but this was five for a good solid month, so it was great.
Do you like self taping?
No.
I know some folks hate it, some folks love it, some folks are like, eh. Because some folks like you have to do everything yourself. You got to make the right light. Like it's different when you just go and audition. Like it's different to be a person in front of the casting and producers just do it. So there's a difference, right?
I much prefer in-person casting. We talked about this a little bit, I think, last time too.
Yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
really do. It gives you a chance to show your personality. It gives you a chance to get to know the casting director a little bit. Self-tape is very impersonable. Impersonal. And
Yeah, impersonal. Yes, sir.
personal. There you go.
Yeah, we didn't say we're smart. We just said we're actors. Things.
Yeah. But yeah, what was I saying? So I think if I had a better setup, if I had a real good high quality camera and a real good lighting system, I think I'd feel a little bit better about that. But I'm still getting that together. I would much prefer to go to in-person auditions, but I am getting a lot of self-tape opportunities, so I'm never turning those down. I'm very.
He's gonna do, folks. He's gonna do them. He's gonna do them. Just
oh yeah,
he's gonna
believe
do
me.
them. He's gonna do them.
But if I had a choice, yeah, in person.
Yeah, your druthers. They say you have your druthers. Yes.
Yes.
Now, Palm Royale is coming out, and so tell us who's starring in it again, and what are you doing on there?
Oh my gosh, Palm Royale. So that is coming out on Apple TV. It stars the incredibly talented Kristen Wiig. We've got Ricky Martin in there. We've got Bruce Dern, produced by Laura Dern. She also stars in it. Who else? Mindy Cohn from The Facts of Life. Allison Janney. God, Claudia Ferrari. There's a lot of good star power in that one. Leslie Bibb. And it's basically the story of Palm Royale Social Club in 1969. So it takes place in 69. We got to wear these really cool wardrobe from 1969. And Kristen Wiig's character is basically trying to break into Palm Royale high society. And it's a real funny show how she goes about doing it. Some people are for her, Laura Dern has a group that's kind of helping her. Allison Janney has a group that's very against her. And yeah, Carol Burnett plays the matriarch. And it's just a really great script. I think people are really going to enjoy it.
1969 was the year I was born.
Oh, nice.
I'll be 55 in a few months. So I'm like, that was the year I was born.
The show was made for you.
It was made for me. We both look good. Show I mean. 75. So what was like wearing period piece clothes? That's before your time, obviously. So like, how was it like to do that? What was it like to wear that?
Yeah. Oh, so much fun. The the bell bottoms weren't quite happening yet.
So I love bell bottoms. That's more 70s. It's more 70s.
Yeah. I think probably as the show goes on, the wardrobe will change, But it was so much fun. I mean,
what was your hair like?
It's just kind of parted and a little kind of greasy.
Okay.
They threw some grease in there, and then just I don't know. I must have had 7 or 8 outfits that, one for the resort and one for the nightclub and one, they made us. I mean, costume and hair and makeup people really worked hard on this one and made us look real good. It's they're some of the best in the business. I think they hired for this one.
I love period clothing, but yes, I was a child of the 70s, so I remember the 70s. But I was born.
Oh yeah,
yes, the bell bottoms, all that stuff, the wide collar shirts, all that stuff. I'm thinking late 60s. Yeah, they weren't there yet. They were heading there, but they weren't there yet.
Yeah, I've
uh,
got pictures of my older brother from that time with the big collar and the green leisure suits and all that stuff.
well, I was laughing because by you too, I found a picture. Well, I thought I had it right over here. From the 70s, we had an avocado green couch. And it was like
Oh,
shag carpeting on the ground, and like the walls were wood paneling. I'm like, what the F? Like, what is on here? But it was the 70s. So like that's what it was. So like it was the 70s, I guess. So like my parents.
did you do the plastic on the couch? We had plastic on ours.
My grandmother did. My grandmother
Yeah.
Lott had plastic on all well, in the living room, everything had plastic on it. We couldn't sit on it. That was all that we
Nope.
couldn't sit on it. And then she had a plastic runner door from the front door to her kitchen. It was weird.
Oh,
It separated the dining room over here, plastic runner. Yes, we had that. Yes.
yeah, same story here. And we had to walk around the edge of the rug so you didn't get, the carpet messed up. Always
It's
walk
funny.
around the edge.
Wasn't it funny? It's before the whole taking your shoes off. Remember that before I don't know why you just take our shoes off, but for us before that, it was like,
Yeah, why didn't people just take their shoes off back then?
right. They do it now, but back then they didn't really do that. It's just like you had things you had to be careful how you walk on rugs. Yes, I remember
I
that.
don't know.
Uh, I
1970s logic.
I love the 70s. I miss it. I did like the 70s. 70s and 80s were my time period, so I have fond memories of both those decades.
Oh
So
yeah,
they haven't
I,
aged well, but
I do of the 80s for sure.
yes, the 80s. We love that. And how'd you get this job?
Just through my booking agent. She's great. She calls and tells me where and when to show up, and I go there.
Well, I'm asking a question because I have a lot of friends in business who are trying to figure this out. What
Mhm.
makes, in your opinion, what makes a good booking agent? Because that's a big deal. Because people are like, oh,
Mhm.
why is not doing anything for me? Or I'm setting things up myself. Like, why is yours work well with you? Why does it work with you well with you? You think?
I've been with her for about 3 or 4 years now. She's real great. I don't know. For me, she just gets it. She understands uh, what an actor needs, and she always seems to be on the side of the actor, which is great. She gets me pretty consistent work, and I'm real pleased with her. Yeah, I think just having that rapport with your booking agent and being able to get along with them is key, definitely.
Yeah. No, a lot of folks have problems with agents, but I'm like, yeah, you need somebody who understands you're a business. I guess also
Right.
understands that when you get stuff, they get taken care of, and everybody wins.
Right. I mean, I've worked with other booking agents that they're great, but they might not work as hard as she does. She really seems to be on top of things.
Yeah. You were talking earlier about stage. Do you miss stage at all? Do you want to do stage work?
I do. I've done a lot of theater. That's been
Right,
my
right,
main background, and
right.
I would love to do more of it. I just joined the theater union a few years ago, so let the work come in.
Yes. I'm going to see some plays coming up. I got the pamphlets of the new seasons of all these things. I got a ticket for that. I got a ticket for that. And I like seeing live stuff. There's just nothing like it.
Me too.
Yeah.
I'm about to next weekend. I'm going to go see Footloose the musical. My friend Barry Pearl is directing it, and it's at the Colony Theater. It should be great.
I don't know if it's good or not. I haven't heard anything good or bad. I haven't heard anything. So
I've never seen it live,
me,
actually.
me,
So I've
me.
only seen the movie. I've auditioned for it, but I've never seen it.
Oh,
So
buddy, I can see it.
yeah,
The last three things I saw Six, which I loved. I love
nice.
the music. I saw Tia Turner the musical, which was really good.
Oh,
It was really good. It was really, really
I,
good.
I heard the girl that plays Tina Turner, and that is fantastic.
She was great. She was great. And then I saw MJ the musical, and that was
Nice,
amazing. And now I have tickets to see A Strange Loop, which is playing at the Amundsen. So I'm going to see that in June.
nice.
I'm very excited.
Okay,
Yeah, there were a
you got a
couple.
full schedule.
But those guys, I get all the schedules. They come in. I'm part of Broadway in Hollywood. I'm part of Center Theater Group. They send you all the stuff and tell you what's happening that season. And so I try to kind of plug into. I don't want to see everything, but there's like certain like I want to see that. I want to see that. I'll get tickets early. I don't care. I'll get them early
Yeah,
and have them.
why not? I mean, there's so much theater in LA that goes flies under the radar. I think there's a lot of really good theater in this town that seems to be missed. So I try to make it out to as much as I can. Speaking of Michael Jackson the musical, can I mention one thing about that? So there's a film, I don't know if everybody knows, but there's a film being made right now of Michael Jackson's life.
But we all know the children. Everybody knows. We're all know.
Everyone knows. Okay, it's called Maven. I got to work on it for a day. A few weeks ago.
So you're on it for a day. Okay.
Yes, I met Jafar, the Michael Jackson's nephew, and yeah, he looks like Michael Jackson. He talks like Mike. I mean, great casting with him, and I think it's gonna be a great movie.
Oh, I know you can't say nothing because that's the whole thing. They don't want you saying nothing. I know that. So that's it. That's right.
You said Michael Jackson the musical. That made me.
Well, no, but like you said, so folks, he's gonna be in it. So that's great. It's very highly anticipated. We saw the casting. Everybody. It's like gonna be a great film. We're all just very curious, of course, what exactly they're going to cover, how far they're going to go.
Yes,
but nobody can say nothing. We don't want to get you in trouble. But that's very cool. You're in the Michael Jackson movie. How funny is that?
Yeah. I can say that Jafar's a great guy, and I think he's going to do a great job playing Michael.
Very good. I like that. Very good. I like that. Very good. I mean, it's so for you. What motivates you to stay acting?
What motivates me to stay acting? This is my love. This is my passion. This is my dream. I cannot imagine doing anything on earth that's going to make me this happy. And it's not always easy. It's sometimes really tough, but nothing makes me happier. And if the idea in life is to do what makes you happy, and maybe you can get paid a little bit for it, then I'm doing it. I don't really want to be somebody that has regret. And I just feel like I'm doing what I love, and that's important to me.
I like that. That's where we'll end the show. I like that right there. So Brett Chapin's going to be the upcoming Palm Royale. Starts March 20th, Apple Plus. If you haven't, get it, watch it. I'm going to check it out. Please do. Everybody just named them. Like, I like all those people. I got to check that out. Of course, I'm not usually on TV a lot because I'm making television. So I do interviews and go, oh yeah, let me check that out. Doing interviews. It's great.
Can I ask you about one thing before we leave?
Yes, ask me one thing. Sure.
I heard I've watched your channel today, and I noticed that you just recently tried your first Big Mac.
Yeah. Yes.
Amazing. How did you get through without trying to be? But how was it? Did you like it?
No, I didn't like it. So it's so funny. Everybody's like, "No, James, that's the signature thing." I go, well, when I was a kid, I didn't care. That was the signature thing. I mean, I had cheeseburgers, got cheeseburgers, Happy Meals, nuggets, whatever. I got whatever. I didn't care about Big Macs. And I just never had one. I was with the breads in the middle. I thought it was just so weird. So I just never did it. I had quarter pounder, but literally everything else. And so I'm like, you got to have a Big Mac, James. That's like the signature thing on earth. So we filmed it. We filmed me eating a Big Mac. And it was like, I ate it. I was like,
you were unimpressed.
I wasn't. I'll never order it again. So,
okay.
Folks, there's a video out there of me trying. I tried different foods. I tried Big Mac. So you got to check that out. But it's on my channel. But I wasn't. I was like, okay.
Okay. Well, at least you can cross that off your bucket list, it was
on a list that wasn't on a list. I didn't really care. I could have died without having one, but my friends told me everything a big deal. Like, James, you have to have a Big Mac before you die. I'm like, okay. So I said, I'll film it for big money off it. So I did that, and it became very. People were like, "What? That's funny. You watched that." So I just
gotta try a Whopper next time.
So I've had Whoppers, but here's what's funny. I did a video on the French toast sticks. I had them back in. I had had Burger King in like 30 years. I used to love the French toast sticks in the morning, and I did another taste test. They taste exactly the same as they did 30 years ago.
Do they? They haven't changed anything.
Because the Big Mac flavor is the same.
Okay.
Well, think about it, Brett. Big like Egg McMuffins, their hash browns, their fries, they all taste the same still. And whatever that formula is, it tastes the same.
Really, to you? Because to me, it doesn't. To me, it feels like it was different when I was a kid.
Really?
And this is we're getting into all this fast food conversation.
I love it.
They actually use a different oil in the fries now. than they used to back in the 80s.
Say to me, it's so weird. I know for me, everything was bigger back in the day.
Yeah.
We know that part, but it's small. The Big Mac is not big.
No, they shrunk that thing.
Yeah, he shrunk it. But for me, it tastes the same. I was impressed. They said I had a Carl's Jr. first time in years too, and it tastes the same. I liked it. I had a Carl's Jr. burger. I forgot burger I got. It was good. I had it. I tried it.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
it's funny.
I love that stuff. I'm trying to do better and eat healthier, but every once in a while, you gotta give yourself a Big Mac or an In-N-Out burger or something.
I love it in that burger. But no, I'm like you. I'm not a huge junk food person. I just don't. I like food. I like to actually eat food, and I like to taste
Yeah,
food. Junk food is like whatever. But occasionally, yeah, I'll do some McDonald's fries. Like if they're fresh and they're salty, I'm all in. So
sure. Yeah, I mean, up until like 10 years ago, I was all fast food, but I'm trying to eat healthier these days.
yes.
But I think I've experienced all the Big Macs and Whoppers. I don't think there's anything left out there that I haven't tried.
I love it. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's a little side note, folks. Yes, I check out my channel. I do food reviews, hair reviews. I do all kind of reviews on my channel. So that's funny to saw that.
Yeah.
I did that. I was like, oh yeah, I had a Big Mac for the first time. People still like, what?
I was shocked.
Yes,
You made it this long without having one. But well done on getting it done. Everyone subscribe, James Lott Jr.
So watch me eat a Big Mac. If nothing else, watch this interview and then watch me eat a Big Mac. That's all you gotta do to leave. That's fine.
Right. Perfect. I'll forget all the other stuff, all the work that you put in, and just the Big Mac.
My hard work. Oh yeah, my interviews. Oh yeah, I don't want all that stuff. Just watch this interview, then my Big Mac video, and then you're done.
Yeah. You've got all you need to know about James Lott Jr. right there.
Exactly. Well, thank you, everybody. Thanks for being on the show. And everybody, we'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for having me, James.